My name is April Dawn. I run a consulting firm where I help coaches and service providers and consultants um, set the foundations for repeatable six-figure launches and then hit those six-figure launches. My website is go.growthbyfunnels.com. So the reason why I reached out to you, Bonnie, was because after I revamped my product suite, I noticed a drop in my lead numbers. And at the same time, I was noticing a lot of changes just within the organic ecosystem. And I had a sense that my own content, my own organic marketing was falling further behind than where I wanted it to be. So those two reasons had me reach out to you. An intensive, and you helped me with an amazing amount of things. We did an overarching content strategy. We mapped out a strategy for reels and like content for reels, topics for reels. You were super kind in even going beyond that and giving me like your own hits on what type of content or what a content strategy that would work well for me would look like. And even going so far as to map out different webinar topics or webinar hooks with me, which was just amazing and so far above and beyond. Got everything that I was hoping for and more. Like I got everything I would have wanted to get out of it and more. One thing that's probably worth mentioning is just like throughout that entire process, you were super kind and super caring and just made sure that I was really well supported and really well held. And there was like, it didn't feel like there was any stone that we left unturned. And so it was really thorough. Webinar strategy that you gave me, and obviously using the term webinar loosely, I was able to map out 3 different topics that I could talk about really quickly, really easily with a lot of depth. And so with that bit of direction, I was just able to start like immediately pitching people in my network and have already had like 5 people agree to let me pitch or talk to their audience and give presentations to their audience. And that in itself is remarkably valuable, remarkably valuable. That gives me an opportunity to collect more data on my current product suite to get a better feel around what messaging is going to work or where I'm not hitting the nail exactly on the head. And obviously the more data I can current product suite, the faster I can improve it, and the faster I can improve it, the faster I can scale it. And so that is just not a small thing in any way. And what's probably worth mentioning at the same time, in you going above and beyond what you do with your help, I was able to also piece together a referral system. And so with that referral system, I now have an incentive for people to let me pitch to their audience. And obviously I would reap the rewards of that without needing to do anything, which is obviously very nice. And as a really fun and cool caveat, one of the individuals who is going to let me pitch to his audience has an audience of 200,000 people on his email list, which is not a small thing by any means. Okay, so Bonnie, I just want to say that like I am so extremely grateful for the time that we did and the time that we spent in that intensive. Like one thing that I think is really special about you that you don't find so much in the online space is like throughout the entire process, I felt really cared for and really understood. Like it felt like you just took immaculate care of me and made sure that I had everything that I needed. Like there was no stone that we left unturned. And I think that just makes you really special in the online space. Like it is not something that you find very often. So is really worth commending and acknowledging. And to say that I walked away with everything that I could have wanted from our time together is an understatement. Like you really, really went above and beyond. And so I walked in hoping to come away with like a real strategy, but very much walked away with an entire content strategy with dozens of like real brainstorming ideas and a real strategy and a referral strategy and even like webinar strategies with like ideas of webinar content, which has all been extremely helpful, like extremely helpful. And on top of that, to say that with the webinar ideas that we've mapped out and played with, I have been able to already land like 5 different presentations with people in my network, one of them being to an audience of 200,000 plus, which is just amazing because obviously the more data I can get on my product suite, the faster I can improve it, the faster I improve it, the faster I can scale it. And so I am just so insanely grateful for the time that we spent together. And I would say anyone who is looking or considering to hire you to just do it. Just do it. They're not going to regret it in any capacity. You have to work with Bonnie. There is literally no reason or rhyme not to. Like she is so amazing and so unique in the online space. Like the intensive that I did with her, I could not have asked for more. I could not have asked for more.